shuck them.
How many of these berries do you need? Is there any way I could have a few? And I mean, it kills bugs, right?
Of course. Well, if you have a problem, I think this should be a sufficient amount. About 4 good handfuls, I think, would do me. There should be a little bit left for you.
Okay. I will take that.
So, not meaning any offense, Thenic, but considering I'm like kind of leaning real close to whisper to him so that Crest can't hear us, and I say, if you're having a hard time paying your tab, how exactly you're gonna pay us?
Well, I'm not the one paying, my friend. I'm merely an intermediary. But don't worry, I don't spend other people's money. I've got what you're looking for.
Fair enough.
I would never screw over any of you, surely, or any of my good employers, of course not. Why, I'm a man of the people, and who would I be if I betrayed those people, Now.
Not a man of the people.
No.
And he says, now, I believe we were looking at 500 ceramic pieces.
I remember a different
I believe that we discussed 600 ceramic pieces.
I know. I was just checking to see how sharp you were. Didn't want that desert to cook your brain.
The only thing Dennis wrote down from 2 weeks ago. How much money we were going to be paying.
Yeah, you were hoping I was going to ask. How much
Yeah.
was it?
Now, what was that for? I think it was 900.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds
Gold.
right.
All gold.
Yeah, just solid gold. Yeah, it's just
And
like
metal
a bunch of
weapons,
steel weapons. Yeah.
He says, if you wouldn't mind continuing to shuffle these berries into the pot, I'll be sure to get you the money. If you'll excuse me for a moment, I wouldn't carry that much on me. It would be quite risky. I'm sure you know I'm not a brave and bold adventurer such as yourselves.
As per usual, Milo continues to do the manual labor.
Right. He gets up and heads upstairs. There's a pause. You hear a woman's shrill shriek and a man shouting, "Get out of here! Sorry, I was here last night. This was my room. Hold on, I left something. Nope, I'm leaving. No problem. Alright, you two have a good night now. Be sure to tip well, good sir." And then he closes you hear the door slam. You hear just, "You motherfucker! Chris is gonna gut you!" And then he steps outside and Chris is just looking at him. He says, people. And makes his way over towards you guys with the bag. He sits down and he places the bag in front of you. He says, now, 600 ceramics. I'm sure I've counted twice.
All right. Well, I guess I'll start counting
Yeah,
it
that's-
just to
Yeah.
make sure.
If each of us counts out 120, we'll be good.
Can I insight check him?
Absolutely. What are you trying to incite?
Whether I can tell if he's trying to be dishonest with us about
I'm
the
counting
amount.
out my 120.
Good. He seems pretty confident in the amount he gave you.
Okay.
He
I'm just
doesn't seem to balk.
plucking berries. I eat one.
So did we
It tastes
each
very
get a
bitter.
share of 600 ceramic pieces, or did we just get one giant, massive clusterfuck of pieces, and we're all just arranging them accordingly?
You just got 600 ceramic pieces put in front of, 5 adventurers.
All of us. So if we
Alright.
each get 120.
So Tassik's gonna eye him over quickly while he's doing the checking of the insight and stuff, and then
He-
he's gonna go, all right,
he
and start
looks-
dividing
He
his
says,
ceramic.
Now, don't worry. I know some people say it's rude to count money that you were paid in front of the person who paid you, but I, of course, understand. We live in dangerous times. But I assure you, I'm not like those trade houses. I would never try to get to the worst of you. Of course not. I'm a man of the people. There are groups who abuse the people. Not myself, of course.
So
I
what do
trust
you,
Thenic.
what are you gonna do with these berries now, eh?
Well, I will make sure that they arrive at the Temple of Blessed Waters, that they might be able to take care of this problem.
Tassik's gonna look at him and he's gonna be like, wait, are you getting anything for this?
Am I getting? Of course, I had my cut. I found adventurers worthy of their salt, did I not?
How,
Is it-
how much are you getting for this?
I would say enough, my friend.
That begs the question, though: are we getting enough?
Yes, we are.
Yep.
He kind of.
I got enough.
He's new.
I got enough.
You'll have to
I like
forgive him.
casually
He's not-
He goes-
scooped my 120 into my bag.
You know, friend, now that you mention it, I remember you being a bit taller when we last met.
And you had his extra set of arms.
And an exoskeleton. Your skeleton was on the outside, not
If
the
you're
inside.
concerned about,
He
if you're
wasn't
concerned about-
blinking.
if you're concerned about payment, I would say you should ask your friends how much they're going to give to you. I would guess that you did a lot of hard work.
150 each.
He looks him over for a second. He decides to not press the issue any further and starts counting out his share from it.
He looks at you for a while. His eyes kind of furrowed. His brow kind of furrowed. His glare kind of intense on you. His dark green eyes, almost glaring at you.
Thanik, I'd like to apologize on behalf of my friend. He's not around people very often.
He leans forward towards you, sort of staring at you, and he goes, "You tell this motherfucker," he says, "that we're all friends here! No worries, my good man!" And he pats Milo on the shoulder. It probably hurts, probably hit a old wound. He slaps Milo
What?
on the shoulder. No worries at all. Why? I understand. In these such times, it's difficult to trust others. But I assure you, my word is my bond. I am a man who works on word, and it would be a cruel, cruel thing for me to betray that word, now wouldn't it? A poor business decision if there ever was one. Why, no, I'm a man of the people, and it is known far and wide of this fact. So don't you worry.
What?
a thing.
You are a true and honest man, Thanik. Cress, please, bowl of reason for our friend.
Chris, pipes up. Depends who's paying.
I just take a handful of how much? How many of these?
I'm just over there like,
He looks at you, and he looks at Thanik, and he looks at you. He takes a pair. Alright,
Thank you.
one
Thank you,
reason
Chris.
coming up.
Say, just curious, Thanik, but you wouldn't happen to have any other work for us, or know where we could find other work, right?
I try to limit myself to controlling one job at a time. If you want work, honest work, it's hard to find in these times. You'd best come to me, but I try to keep it to one job at a time. I'll need a week or so to find something else. I don't want to overwork myself, and of course, brave adventurers such as you, there's so few that can be trusted, as I'm sure you know.
Not really, we don't know, but sure. I guess we'll look you up in a week, right?
I look forward to it, my friend. I look forward to it. I'm sure that we will treat each other very well. I'm sure that we will find jobs that are suiting of men of your stature.
Do keep us in mind for future openings you might find.
Cress returns with a reason on the table. You hear the almost a buckling of the carapace shell that it is, the kind of, as he slams it on a little unceremoniously. And he says, one reason.
Thank you, Cress.
He nods. And then he stops and he looks at you and he looks at the table. And he says, last time you came in here, there was another.
There was.
Aye, Thrycreen.
He says, Desert took him.
Aye.
Happened on our first day out, too.
He nods. And he says, he tilts his head back and he makes sort of a caw that everybody silences at. And he says, another one lost to the sands. Next reason's on the house. He walks off.
Good man,
He
Cress.
says,
Good bird.
He says,
Bad mood.
"You're right, my friend," Thanik says. "Cress is a good man, and these are better." And he stands on top of the table and he says, "Surely all of you have heard of the water problems that have been plaguing our fair city. Well, I tell you now, it is not I, but it is these fair adventurers that of which will restore this, help treat the foul plague upon our drinking, that we might all return to joy. While I assure you that the governments may have ignored you, while the trade houses may have despised you, it is adventurers such as yourselves, it is we the people that of which have brought water back to those who deserve it." And there's a cheer that sort of goes up around,
I participate in that cheer.
With a
That was a
scowl.
very rousing speech.
you gotta do like a, "Yeah, they're the best!"
Yeah! That was awesome.
That guy with the guitar looks sweet.
And people seem to cheer, and Thanik pats you on the shoulder, Faldir, and he says, "I told you, a man of the people, as we all are." And a reason is now at this point, Cress is really annoyed. There's a crowd that's kind of gathered around you, and he's shoving his, "Get the fuck out of my way! I will stab you in my own body." And instantly, those of you that are seated, a woman just appears in your lap, almost as magic, offering a fair discount, to such hardy adventurers. Fennec leans over to one of you. "It's not a discount. That's the same as all the." You notice, I would say, Milo gets the most attention as he's basically shirtless and covered in scars. But the bandages and stuff definitely draw attention. From respect, from those who are there, as you guys are kind of treated well in this not such friendly bar. You guys just gonna party it up for the evening? Just chill out? Enjoy your reason?
I'm definitely partying it up.
Yee.
Might seek some company.
Can you tell us a story, Faldir?
Yeah.
Whenever Shrasa shouts that, Thanik stands up. "Everybody shut up! Faldir is gonna tell a magnificent story. Please, my good friend, my hero of the town, please, tell us the story of the people, for the people."
I would like to tell you the story of Nameless.
I'm whipping out my
Can't hear
tar
what
and
you're saying.
playing along.
Sorry, what did you say, Dennis? I didn't hear.
"I can't hear him. What's he saying?" There's a shout from the back. You hear like a slap. "Shut up, you dope!" Kind of thing.
Nameless was a guardian and a great friend, a watcher in the night, who watched over his close friends and protected them. Sadly, he passed, valiantly fending off a horde of these great skeletal creatures, while the rest of his party managed to escape.
What do you mean?
I believe-
Skeletal? What do you mean skeletal? Like what kind of creatures were they? Were they like human skeletons coming towards?
No, they were these dog creatures. They had horrific teeth and clubs, and they battered him to the ground. It is my belief that even now, however, in the desert, he still watches over us in the night.
The camera pans out, and there's the night sky overhead, and a pair
You
of
connect
bug
the dots,
eyes.
and there's like a Thri-Kreen, yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Unblinking, just staring.
No, it does that, and then the camera pans back down, and there's a single like a mantis like on the roof, and there's a small sort of chirp that comes out from it. Go ahead and roll me a performance check.
Can I be aiding his check with my music?
Go roll that first then.
All right. sorry. Performance. There you go.
You do not help. You fuck it up all kinds of ways. Yeah.
He's like giving this story thing. You're playing Cotton Eye Joe.
About halfway through the story, Thanik just sticks his hand and just puts his hand on the strings and just stops it.
Milo's just
shameful.
Yeah.
Shameful.
Milo's head is like borderline submerged in the reason. Tears just... Roll me a performance check with no aid.
I did.
He did. He critted.
At 22.
Fucking-
Yeah. And
I break my storytelling.
there's absolutely there's a long silence. People are kind of whispering to each other and stuff. One man sort of kind of in the back of the crowd, he shouts out, "Is that true? Did that happen?"
It did. All of it. He's the one we lost to the desert.
There's another long pause that goes through the tavern, and you hear there's a woman in the back sitting at the bar. Her legs crossed and her hair frizzled, and she raises a pint and she says, "To the nameless one."
Milo just like pours it on his head.
Yeah. Pats him on the back, and yeah, and it's met with a echo through the crowd. You know, "To the nameless one." And you guys are basically given free drinks for the rest of the evening.
Nice.
You guys
Nice.
presumably
story,
get
Dylan.
utterly fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
I will say.
I love the Milo gets fucked up voice.
I will say that with that, being that you crit, I'll give you something else. Let's see here. Whenever mealtime is presented, Milo, being that you seem to be the most devastated of the bunch, you will be, let's see here. You're given a, next to your lizard steak, y'all's favorite, a man, kind of, sidles up next to you and he kind of pats you on the shoulder and he places like this sort of like really like it looks like it was really like improvised almost kind of pipe placed next to you and a little bit of herbs stuffed inside of it. And he says, I know what it's like to lose someone. He says, this should help.
Thank you, friend. I don't know how to.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Very good. So I will say you have about 3, we're gonna call it doses worth of this material. The man who hands this off to Milo, he makes a point to see that that you see this, Valdir, and he nods and he's like, "Good story. Well told."
Thanks.
So about 3 doses worth of this are handed, and it's a pipe. You know, you can smoke it. So
Yeah, again.
so you hit it immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. So, are you just gonna be taking 1 dose? Yeah. Okay. Is anybody else going to partake? As the peace pipe is passed?
Hell yeah.
So who's taking it?
I am.
I took it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The monk and the and the shaman guy are both gonna go ahead and
All right, so I did my
dose.
dose, so I pass it off to Quixote.
All right.
Dear
yeah.
friend.
All right, all of you.
It takes a long drag.
All right, all three of you go ahead.
You're all now addicted to drugs.
Roll me.
Yeah, buddy.
That's possible. We're gonna see how well you roll. Roll me some Constitution saves, please.
Gonna fucking fail the shit out of this.
Yeah, can I take a one?
Oh shit! All right.
Just
Oh, yeah.
voluntarily. It's like taking 20, but with a 1.
Okay, so Milo, you succeeded. Okay, so you want to fail? Well, you need.
I want to just like lean into it.
Okay,
if I can.
so I will tell you that it's a DC of 8 plus 5 for every dose you take, so you have to take more. A hardy man such as yourself.
Yeah, sure.
So I will say, so first of all, Milo and Trasa, go ahead and roll me a D6.
Nice.
Nice. So it takes a couple of moments to kind of sink in, and after about 3 minutes or so, all three of you start to feel like really good. You kind of start to just sort of relax a little bit. I will say for the mile, you guys are all those of you who partook are immune to fear effects and gaze attacks during this time period. I will say, Milo, as you kind of lean back, kind of smiling, you see, like, in front of you, these bricks. And immediately, you know what you have to do.
I start laying them.
And you start
Stacked a bunch of
stacking
halflings on
them.
top of each other.
And as you do, more bricks appear. And you and every brick, it comes to you as easy as breathing, right? It's just one after the other, just easy placement, and just this beautiful wall you find yourself constructing in front of you. I will say, Tasik and Faldir, you see Milo just kind of doing this.
That's not uncharacteristic, to be fair.
It's happening.
Yeah,
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Good job. I pat him on the head.
Strassa, you kind of are sort of sitting next to Milo as well, and you start to see bubbles just sort of floating by. One of them comes towards you, and it just on your nose pleasantly, and then there's some more. And it's so soothing and yet so and each bubble has this, it's sort of like soap, right, or oil. It has this rainbow sort of colored effect that shines in the light, in the low light of the tavern. You see Milo, you see him and you know, you can't help but ask, you know, what are you doing, Milo?
I'm making a wall.
And
doing
suddenly
it.
you see it. You can see it as clear as day. A beautiful, ornate wall being laid before you by Milo, as these bubbles sort of blow against you as almost a gentle breeze.
Good job, buddy.
Absolutely.
I'm proud of you.
Just like Jim.
And Quixote.
He has a bad.
Oh yeah.
He's just naked running. He rips his shirt off. I'm the dragon.
Quixote, you're standing there and you see music. Like, you see it. Not hear it. But as your eyes are able to register it, and it's an incredible beauty to see it rolling before you. As you look at the faces of each of your friends, you hear almost its own tune, right? A sort of somber cello playing as you look at Quixote, right? Soft flutes whenever you look at Strassa, right? a sort of constant drum, steady and slow, steady and slow, as you look at Milo, right? And
He's actually playing them as he puts the bricks
well,
together.
he seems to be, because you don't know what he's doing. He seems to be playing them himself, right? And this sort of strange, wild, almost cacophony of sounds of animals and wind and musical instruments as you see Tasik enjoying himself at the bar, and you realize you want to reach out and say something, right? But you can't. You just this is where you are, you know?
This is where I am.
So your special little magical event is you cannot. So roll me another d4. So roll me a d4.
D4.
Gone for 4 hours.
The ability to breathe.
Yeah. For the next hour, you are paralyzed. And cannot move.
I'm just sitting at my table, hands on it, like
Yes.
completely not moving.
Not blinking.
Eyes like really wide, not blinking.
I've been there. Just
He's reliving the tale of the Nameless. He's
Exactly.
watching.
Exactly.
Perfect. I look at all this and I just take this all in for a second. I'm just like, I'm going to bed. I'm gonna go upstairs.
Okay. Tasik, what are you doing? Because they're gonna be tripping out for the next 20 minutes, 40 minutes or so.
Cossack's just probably gonna chill out at the bar and people watch and kind of just like survey. Would he see any like halflings in there at all?
No, you don't see any halflings.
No.
But people kind of give you sort of a strange look. You know, and you're not getting quite as much attention as everyone else. Though occasionally someone does, you know, kind of walk by almost as curious as they kind of look at you. A working gal says that, you know, I don't mind short folk. Just,
You go, girlfriend.
you know.
She sounds classy.
She's like, you know, do the bits work the same down there?
He eyes her over and is like, doesn't matter, I'm not into the tall ones.
And he says, alright. She says, alright, I was gonna offer you a discount, but that's alright. I'll go talk to one of your friends. He says he's building a wall. And, she wanders off. So yeah. This sort of moves along for a period of time. Let's see.
I just pictured her going and talking to Quixote and just having a conversation with herself, completely oblivious to the fact
yeah,
that he's
you're such a good
paralyzed.
listener.
I can't even do it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. So, as your high kind of starts to wear off a little bit, and you guys kind of come down a little bit. Quixote, go ahead and roll me 2d4.
Alright. 2d4. Hold on. Got an extra slash in there.
Okay. So for the next 4 hours, you have a -5 to your constitution,
Oh, great.
and you are exhausted.
What does it say? You're hungover as fuck, dude.
Yeah, you are super exhausted. For sure. So what are the rest of you guys doing for, are you guys gonna keep partying it up for the evening after your awesome trips, or,
Fuck yeah.
yeah, you
And I start drinking reason to try and see the wall again.
yeah.
I'm chasing the
You're
dragon
chasing
now.
it? Absolutely.
I was almost done.
Shrasa, what are you doing?
I am also partying and drinking and hanging out with my buds.
Yeah, and Quixote?
I think I'm just gonna go retire to my room before I do anything stupid.
Yeah.
So, considering how exhausted I am, I'm gonna see if I can even make it up the stairs.
Takes you a few tries. When you're trying to walk up the stairs and you careen off to one side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me think. No, I won't beat you up any further.
Oh, thanks.
Before I can die.
Thank you for your mercy.
Remember this moment,
You wake up to find all of your belongings are gone.
Yeah.
including your clothes.
It's all gone. You find there's a long like red hair strand or something on the pillow next to you, and all your shit's gone.
You have a weird scar on your abdomen.
Yeah,
You forgot to leave your shoes on.
That's
at the
right.
Party.
No. So you go off to bed. The other two of you don't. So the other two of you. First of all, are you guys getting the same shit rooms as before? Those are not for free.
Oh fuck yeah.
Same shit rooms. Okay, great. So
Yeah,
I believe that's.
yeah.
I believe we
Discount.
established that was 6 bits a person.
It's
All right. So, in your awful rooms, it's a crunch. Do you each get your own room, or do you guys get share rooms?
I'm getting my own room.
Yeah.
I shared last time.
Y'all are in the black.
in
Wait, what are the bits? Are the teeny tiny ones?
Yes. 10 bits
Yeah.
make
Okay,
make a
A
piece.
piece. So we
Okay,
have
thank you.
effectively,
1200.
1,100.
I've just been writing ceramic next to everything, and then I realized that's not how that works.
1,200 bits, rather. I don't know where the fuck 16 came from.
Anyway,
Nope.
do you guys get your
Yeah.
own?
I mean,
Yeah.
Milo is like, I don't want to go halvesies. It's pretty pricey.
I'll go halvesies with you, Milo.
Okay.
Uh,
Both of you pass out at the bar.
we don't make it.
Yeah.
We pay the money, but we don't make it.
We still pay for it. But
Joe, you're muted. But
Still very
he's talking
muted.
to somebody
you're
else.
still
I think.
muted.
Oh,
Okay.
that makes sense.
I think he's talking to somebody
Yeah,
else.
makes a lot more sense.
Well, I'll charge him 6 bits later.
Yeah.
But you guys do notice, roll me a, nah, I'll say you notice. It's not a big deal, but not much really happens, during the bar. Somewhere during the evening, you see, Thanik does get up and leave, and he says, my employers will want to know. And
You're a good man, Thanik.
not as good as
Good
you!
friend. Good friend.
A friend of the people, just like you. And he pats you on the shoulder.
And the people.
That's right. By the way, did you get your own room?
Tastic.
Tasik?
Tastic.
6 bits.
What's the rooming organization right now?
Right now,
Sorry.
Me and Milo are sharing.
yeah. Milo and Strasser are sharing. Faldir's got his own room, and we haven't established Quixote's position on rooming.
Yeah, I'll share a room with someone if they want to.
He could share a room with me because I did have my own room the first time around.
Okay, you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so split. So each of you pay 3 bits.
And plus, I could use the company just in case I get molested.
That's fair. So yeah, the evening comes and goes, and you guys have been well paid. If you guys want, we can kind of. I assume you guys are going to want to level up,
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
right? So if I recall correctly, that's going to take 2 weeks.
2
Yep.
weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So today is the 28th. Oh, I will say the next day, all of you that imbibed in more than just drink, you feel real, like, everything just feels really plain. It's like
Oh,
walking in sort of a
no.
gray haze, and you guys all have, for the day, for the first half of the day, you'd have a minus 2d4 to wisdom.
Oh,
It's the 28th.
Today, No,
No, go ahead.
No, today would be the 22nd of rest. I misspoke.
Okay. I was like, wait, I lost a week.
So,
How much of this did I have?
I know, I was like, Jesus Christ.
so let's see.
Strokes were stronger than I
So
thought.
that's 1 week and then 2 weeks. So basically, whenever things get back, it's going to be the 10th of Pixie.
Okay.
So that's 20 days later.
Okay.
But you guys are going to want to level up. So,
Yeah.
as established previously, you guys are gonna have to do something to level up over the course of these 2 weeks. So I'm gonna say you guys need to find somebody to give you some sort of training, right? Something along those lines is gonna be necessary. So you guys can work together to go try and find someone to help train you, or you guys can do it on your own.
Can I ask a
Yes.
question? Does the training have to be consumer or what you're getting from the level up? So in other words, like if you're not getting any, for me, if I'm not getting any additional psionic powers or anything like that, then would I need to seek out somebody that has psionic powers to get that training?
Yes, I would say so. But I would say whatever you're getting a level up in, so whatever class you're leveling up in, right? That's you need to seek out somebody like that.
Okay.
Because like even though you don't get anything from going from 1 to 2, let's say, whenever you get to 3, you get something, and so something happened in 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
That sort of idea. So I will say that we'll cover as part of your training, that the overall cost is 3 ceramic pieces a day, for these 20 days. So that's going to be including room and board and training. So all of you go ahead and spend 60 ceramic pieces.
All right.
Done and done.
Done.
Now we can roleplay. So how are you? Any of you can tell me. You guys can go together, or you guys can go individually.
Well, so I mean, as far as going together, if you know,
it won't help
the-
you.
Yeah. Okay. I wouldn't like. We can't like double unless we're both going after the same skills.
Well, like
and class.
I would say that like Tasik and Milo might find somebody who could teach them because they're similar skills of fighter and barbarian.
Yeah.
But like you going to visit the local a monk,
I go,
right? Or
I go to the cleric. I go to the House of Blessed Waters. Teach
Yeah.
me. I
Yeah.
spit on the ground more.
Yeah, that's right. You can do that.
Teach me to fight.
But you'll level up in monk, cleric. So yeah. So
If only unarmored defense stacked.
if only.
Because my wisdom bonus would skyrocket.
Oh
that.
yeah, it would probably bring it down, I would guess.
Shit.
So who would like to go first, or you guys can go together? And ask me
I'm
questions. I can tell you, like if you guys ask around, I can give you some information you might hear.
I'm going to seek out Lady Anika
Okay.
because I recognized her as a fellow bard.
Okay. So I think for this, I won't have you guys take off the headsets because this is some form of entertainment to watch everybody go try to do their little thing, and I'll try to cut around so that won't spend too much exorbitant amount of time on any individual person. But this will take a while. So, how long into the stay do you do this sort of? Do you go seeking her out? I mean, is it the next day, like now that you're flush, or what?
I probably wait a day or two for my wounds to heal
Sure.
because I feel like trying to do combat training with the massive cut in my chest probably not great plan. Digging holes though is perfectly fine under those circumstances, but
Absolutely. Yeah, so you're gonna go ahead and make your way to House Anika. And let's see here. So you come to a place that is fairly well adorned as previously established, and it has the ever so charming beads hanging from the doorway into it. You approach This time it's a man who's working there. He's got this sort of dirty brown hair, and he's working over the desk that of which you saw previously. And he looks up at you. Oh, good evening, sir. Welcome to House Anika. How may I help you?
I was seeking an audience with Lady Anika.
Oh, and who might I ask?
My name is Faldir. We've spoken previously.
Okay, of course. The man gets up and he scurries on back. You can hear what is it? There's some chatter you can hear, but it's obviously too quiet for you to register anything before you hear a ha! They made it back. Sure. The man comes out of the beaded area. Please, this way. And you see her, as you enter, she's got an obsidian knife that she's kind of spinning on the table as you enter. Wearing the same leathers that of which you saw her previously. As a bit of a reminder, I did say she was a
half-elf.
A half-elf, but she's actually a human. I made a mistake, so I do apologize. Okay.
She just has slightly more pointed ears than a typical human.
She looks funny.
Gotcha.
But as previously established, she does have like black hair that's got this that's long, going into the back with the sides of her head shaved. She's got this sort of lean build with leathers that she's wearing, and a little bit of some somewhat crude tattooing, like not something like you see with Tasik, right, which has this ornate sort of look across his face. This is much cruder, something that of which was probably done in some dirty back alley or prison.
Prison tats.
Yeah, whatever.
Shows how many men she's killed. Gotcha.
Yeah. It's like a really crude image of a stick figure stabbing another stick figure. And she says,
Perfect.
And she kind of smirks and looks you up and down. Welcome back to the land of the living.
Thank you. So we haven't. I know this is probably going to be a point of contention. We haven't gotten the chance to go after the Silt Striders yet. We needed to raise some money beforehand. And I was wondering, I recognize that you have similar talents to my own. I was wondering if you would be willing to train me to become better at what we do.
She lets the knife fall. And she says, so, you also have played the game, have you?
Yes.
I was wondering. You know, the game tends to be one that's played inside of cities and places more civilized than where you're headed.
Yes, but the skills can still be applied in certain situations.
Sounds to me like somebody lost the game.
Lost is it's a bit of a harsh term, I think.
It's a harsh world, dear. She kind of sits forward and looks you up and down. I see you brought a few souvenirs from your journey outside, she says, looking at sort of the scar that barely peeks out above your collar, that runs down along your chest.
You should see the other guy.
She nods, smirking a little. I hope you were well compensated.
I was.
She sort of tilts her head, looking at you. Tell me, what skills do you seek? As you know, we in House Anika trade in many things. Even skills can be bought.
I wish to learn to better.
So when you level up to the second level, it's poison, right?
Well, technically third level is when you actually learn the specialization. So second level just gives you some other stuff.
What does it give
bardically speaking? I get Song of Rest, and I get Jack of all trades.
I see. So you're looking to learn a bit of everything, huh?
Yeah.
Alright. Anyway, so she asks, what are you looking to know?
A little bit of everything.
She nods, looking at you for a moment. Looking to expand your horizons, huh?
I'm a very quick study.
Good. You'll have to be. She says, tell me, good sir. I assume you'll be paying for the date.
Yes. How much would that be exactly?
She tells you again, it's part of the 60, so I'm not gonna haggle with you guys over this. Maybe later.
Level 20 is real expensive.
Man, holy shit! You guys have to light yourselves on fire.
Only if you're a fire cleric.
No, everybody does. It's a real harrowing experience. But she nods and she says, well, I'm gonna go on a limb and say a girl like me is a bit too rich for your blood, but I know someone who might be interested. Someone who has a little bit of time. Sort of a blind date, if you will.
Oh. I do love surprises.
Yeah. Okay, I see something. She says, do you have weapons on you right now?
Yeah.
What do you have on you?
I've got my bard's friend and I've got my blowgun.
Bard's friend, I forget. It's a
dagger.
It's a dagger.
Easily concealed.
Yeah. She says, the blowgun. I think someone like you could benefit from a friend of mine. She says, tonight I want you to go out, take a little walk, the northern side of town, Emporium Square. She says, as you wander, you'll find a man. One similar in skills to what you might be needing. She says, he's a flamboyant gentleman, but one who I think can help you. Be sure to bring cash. And I'm confident you'll learn a lot.
I shall. Thank you, Lady Anika.
Take care.
And I leave.
Alright. So, who would like to go next?
Can I just ask a question?
No.
Okay.
Yes, you may.
I'm just trying to figure out how this works. Like, because you told me Way of the Four Elements and which spells I can pick with that. But I still have to wait till level 3 to pick Way of the Four Elements, right?
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure.
I think so.
Yeah. Because that's when you get the monk specialization is level 3.
Yeah.
That's
Certain
right.
classes get it earlier. It's like just wizard and cleric, I think, technically. But not your cleric, but the actual cleric.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Okay. So you're just gonna get a second level in monk is all that's happening.
Yeah.
Alright. So does that mean you want to go next?
Sure.
Okay, so
Hold on. Let me reorganize my screen because I have all of the rule books open.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Alright, so what would you like to do to try and get your education?
I want to go over to the what's the house with the well? What are they called? Hold on. House of Blessed Waters.
Yes. Okay, absolutely.
And see if I can find anyone over there to do a help-in.
So when is this occurring?
I'm gonna say like afternoon, get drunk,
Mm-hmm.
day of recovery,
Mm-hmm.
go do the training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's probably a charming sequence where you and Milo and Quixote are sitting in lawn chairs with sunglasses, sipping on mimosas.
Holding it up to our foreheads. Just,
Yeah,
oh,
just
For sure.
uh,
Absolutely.
absolutely. Yeah. So you go ahead and make your way over to that very locale. You can see that there's, as I said, it's a very fine building. You can see these teardrop, these water droplets on every side of it, and this large dome that of which you enter. Underneath the dome, there's this painting above you, this beautiful fresco of waves, right, and water rushing as you look up above you. A large well in the center, and you can see that there are some people tending to it. A line, the line is dissipated. It's much shorter, as most people have acquired the water that they'll be using for the day, that of which they've presumably paid the local government some capacity to function, as each one of them has a ceramic that of which is sort of like a signatory that they're to get their water today, and a little mark is made on it as they get a jar full of water or something along those lines, and they all have a jar with them that they're bringing and then taking back. You enter and you can see quite a few people sort of milling around and things of that nature. You see some of the servants that of which were there previously doing their work in this capacity. And let's see here. Bow. And you do see Dario, the man that of which you spoke with earlier, who you were directed as sort of head of the temple. Short fella, who's clearly, balding, but he's got like a thick beard that's kind of curly and matted, with these sort of gentle blue eyes. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's what you see.
So I walk up to him
He
and I'm like, "Hi." What? Sorry.
he turns and he looks at you as
Oh.
you approach.
Hi. You might remember me. I was in here before with a buggy dude.
A gentle smile curls across his face, underneath the beard. Yes, I remember you. And he bows his head and spits in front of you. This
I
is a
also
sign of- yeah, it's like a sign of respect because it's your water, right?
Yeah, I awkwardly bow and spit. I was wondering if you or someone here could help me. I'm trying to train in the way of the water more, and I'm a little bit lost.
He nods. He says, we are all lost in our own ways, but guidance can always be found when asked. He says, I think that during the evenings we may begin your training to better embrace the elements. He says, are you prepared to devote yourself to your chosen element?
I am.
He nods. And which
Water.
do you choose? He nods and he smiles. Well, that certainly is the best. And he looks around him and he says, but maybe I'm a bit biased.
Only a little bit.
He nods and he says, I'm glad to see you. Go. I have some work to do.
I waddle out.
Okay.
Okay, and then I guess I'll go back that evening.
Yeah, we'll cover that.
Okay.
Who would like to go next on to continue their quest? Okay. Mike.
You want
You good to go?
double up too, Mike? I don't know where you're planning on going.
Yeah.
I was honestly thinking about going to the Chitaneer's Armory because I figured one important part of being a fighter is being able to maintain equipment.
Mhm.
And so I figured learning how to do upkeep on that might be something that I could spend my time training for.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Does that
Cool.
roll with you?
I
No,
was
he doesn't
going in
wear
it.
armor.
No, I don't wear fucking shit. No, I'm going to the arena.
But
So
if
yeah, no,
learn
you
how
do
to
you, man. You
maintain
do
your
you.
weapon, it might not break as much.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen.
You guys
So,
do know
no,
that
yeah.
the Chitaneers generally make mostly armor. They do make some weapons, but it is mostly armor.
So if I were to go to an armor smith, would that be something we could do together?
I mean, you guys
Or
could go
what-
together, but
sorry.
he's a barbarian, and barbarians don't wear armor.
Yeah,
I
I can
meant-
go just chill with you, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be going to the arena to do my learning.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? The arena makes more sense now that I think about it, because I learn that level 2 fighter ability, Action Surge.
Absolutely.
So I may as well do that, and I can do the armory next time.
Totes.
Plus, I get bonded time with the barb.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Totes my goats. So, yeah, you guys, let's see here. No, y'all are not. I'm going through the music, and I don't think you guys are visiting a brothel. That's That's later.
It's like on the way home.
It's a
yeah.
brawlful.
We're all full.
Alright, I kill your character for that. No. All is well. You do not die immediately.
At night, the arena just becomes a brothel.
It's a real shit show.
There's people
I'll
in
be
the stands just.
Man, it's a mess.
Yeah.
But no. But so yeah, you guys. When are you guys heading out to do this? Like, what day? Like, are you guys? So Quixote, I mean not Quixote. I'm sorry. Valdir does his little deed once he's healed up after a couple days. And Strasza just gets right on the horse to get to work, learning her waterways.
The seahorse.
Yes, as they say.
I think I'd probably head out same day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck yeah. It's just we just got some scratches on us. It's no big deal.
We got our rest in. We're all
Yeah.
ready to go.
Probably afternoon though. Still, once I've appropriately nursed the massive hangover.
Hmm
Yeah.
I pipe weed.
Quick question: would I be able to buy a shield while I'm at the arena?
The arena doesn't really sell weapons. That's where you'd need to go to like the Chitaneers and stuff like that.
Could I kill someone and steal their shield?
Yeah, I mean, you can listen. You can try to do whatever you want. That's totally fine.
Okay.
But in any event, you guys make your way to the arena, and it's not a vast and grand place, for example, Milo, I know you are familiar with an arena that of which you spent some time at, and this is like, man, this is like going from like, the Dallas Cowboys stadium to like that gym that you learned to play dodgeball in when you were 6. Like, this is a real downgrade.
Yeah, I came from Disney World and now we're in Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, but like Chuck E. Cheese, like that's like an old one that's grimy, and it's
got the claw machine that doesn't work anymore.
yeah. There's a kid.
Yeah, all the
stuck in
games
it.
are from like 1998
Yeah.
and stuff.
It's rough.
It's like Killer Instinct.
The
polygon graphics.
Exactly. There's a Missile Command game and Spy Hunter.
Dig Dug.
Exactly. No, that would actually be much cooler. But so you get there and it's a small arena there. There's a bit of a bustle going on, but there's no fights going on right now. Those are scheduled for later in the week. But there are some people training here and there and such. You do recognize a couple of faces as you show up. A couple of people who were at the bar previous evening. As you approach, you can see that there's sort of like people are trained and are training right now, and they're sort of set up into little camps, so little small areas, and some people are working together, some are separate. You can see some of them have similar to what you have now, right? Someone managing the situation, sort of just noticing what's happening and kind of occasionally offering a word of encouragement and instruction. So very similar to like Faldir, as you've noticed. But you do notice immediately you recognize there's a sort of pitmaster, a man who is a mull, tall. He's missing an arm, and he has a long whip, that of which he has curled up at his waist. You can see he's got elaborate tattoos across his chest, but they seem to have been like blotted out to the point where he's got this almost like a Batman kind of looking symbol on his chest, right? Of like what was probably once this elaborate, ornate thing has just been blotted out into this black just splash on his chest. He's a mull, bald of head, and much taller than you are. We're looking at somewhere around like 6'5" or 6'8", somewhere in that range. Very big guy. Muscular, but you can see he's a little bit more seasoned. He's a little older than you, right? And he's got these sort of dark brown eyes. And as tall as he is, he's looking up a little bit as he's currently having a conversation with a hulking half-giant. There are not many that you've seen in town. And this guy is very, very large. He's got a massive weapon strapped to his back, that of which you guys quickly identify as a swatter. Which is just a really big, mean club, basically. And they seem to be talking. The mull seems to be very upset. He seems to be like kind of frustrated and annoyed, whereas the half giant has a kind of doofy smile on his face. He also has similar darkish coat skin, though not as dark as the mull. He's wearing clothes, that of which you guys recognize as sort of like traveling clothes, but they look much nicer than anything you guys own. This guy seems well off, and he's holding out a bag, and he's talking to him as you guys approach. He says, "Nope, this is how much I was told to pay you. This isn't nearly enough for what you asked for. I gave you the slaves that you asked for. I gave you what you wanted. You tell your master." "Okay, what do you want me to tell him?" "You tell him that this is ridiculous. I want nothing to do with this. I want you to understand who you're talking to. I am not some 2-bit slave trader. I train fighters." And he goes, "I mean, I know how to fight." "That is not in any way my point." "Okay. Is there anything else?" "No." "Okay, I'll be back." And he kind of turns and looks at you too. "Hello."
Hello.
And he just
Tassa
stands
kind
there.
of takes the time to eye him all the way over and just shrugs.
He kind of looks at the two of you. He seems to be like waiting for you guys to say or do something. It's an awkward moment, but he does not seem bothered by it at all.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Head for the pitmaster.
Yeah.
Approach him.
Tasik sees how Milo's walking, and he kind of senses that Milo knows what he's doing, so he just kind of follows suit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Milo seems like he's trying to walk confident, but he seems a little bit nervous approaching the pitmaster.
Sure.
Greetings, well met.
He looks at you
My
and
friend.
he says, he looks at you and, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna, my friend and I seek a place to train and perhaps some guidance. Just come from the desert.
Mm-hmm. He looks at you and he says, "Who are you?"
I am Milo.
"What about you, little guy?"
Tasik, medium-sized guy.
He says, he says, "I'm Porgo, Hitmaster, previous champion. Can you pay?
We can.
Can you fight?"
We can.
And after he states the appropriate pricing, and you once again acknowledge, we can.
We can.
He says, "All right then." He says, "Well." He says, "I can set up a schedule tomorrow. I want it midday. I'd recommend you eat well before time. I don't want you messing up my arena. Understood?"
Yes, Doctore. Or unless there's some fucking other term for these dudes
No, you're
in this
solid.
world. Alright, yes, Doctore.
He nods. And he looks at Tasik. Understood?
Tasik just nods.
He looks you up and down. He looks both of you up and down. And he says, "Now get off my sands." And he goes back to shouting at someone who's currently practicing with a sort of wooden sword.
Nod and clap Tasik on the back and turn to go and
As this happens, you guys realize that the half giant was just watching you. And as this happens, he smiles and he says, "Good job."
Thank you.
Tasik reaches up and pats Milo on like the rib cage because that's the highest he can reach, and he's like, "Yep."
Okay. He walks off.
Well met. I like that guy.
All right. I will tell you, he's actually a carryover from a character you met many moons ago.
I recognized the voice. I must be honest.
Many.
From a
We're
previous
talking
life.
over a year ago, probably. So that leaves with one who
That's
still
right.
needs to find some training. So Quixote.
I'm gonna go to the School of Cerebrin in the
Okay.
Emporium Square.
So as you make your way over towards the Emporium Square, it's a very busy place. Lots of people are shuffling about here and there. And there's quite a bit of activity and things of this nature going on. And whenever you approach the School of Cerebrin, you've heard that it existed, but people didn't seem too excited about it whenever they mentioned it. And as you approach, you kind of start to understand why. It is sort of like tucked in amongst these shops. It's this small little like clay structure that of which is really run down. There are chunks of clay that have literally just fallen out the side of the wall. So there's these big divots in it. It's about 2 stories tall and has no adornment on it in any way. In fact, there's probably a comical sequence where you walk past it several times in front of the camera.
I can't find it. All right.
But finally, after talking to somebody, they point you towards the building, and there you see there's this large cactus, probably about 3 feet tall or so, and a dwarf sitting in front of it, cross-legged, wearing white robes and simple sandals, and he just seems to be staring at it.
Oh, friend. Are we expecting the cactus to move or something? Hello? Kind of wave my hand in front of his face. I guess I'll just sit across from him, and I'm gonna try to emulate like his sitting stance. And I'll just stare at the cactus too.
And that's how
so
they
he
level
says
up.
something.
That's-
Your training has now begun.
I want this on a t-shirt. Like,
Day 1.
Sick.
No, that doesn't happen. As fun as that would be, I'll give you a little something more. So while you're sitting there for a little while, this dwarf seems completely unconcerned with your existence.
This whole time, my mind is running. I'm like, why isn't the guy talking? And I'm thinking all of this, because I'm really here to learn telepathy.
And it's at that point, a small boy comes out of the building, stunningly, and he's holding a small jar, out of which you can tell has some water sloshing around in it. And he comes and goes, oh, he's a short kid, with sort of, you can see that his head has been shaved at the top, but he's kept the rim kind of classic monk style looking kind of deal. It's black hair, and you can tell that this guy is, I know, he is indeed half elf. He says, oh, hello.
Hi.
Who are you?
I'm here to talk to somebody. I'm trying to get some training. And I saw this dwarf here staring at the cactus, and when he didn't respond, I just decided to join him.
Oh, I see.
My name's Quixote.
I'm Techeso.
Oh, well met. You said he looks like a monk, but a boy? And a half-elf.
Well, he has, like, the shaved head, like the, you know what I'm talking about, the style, where the top is shaved, but there's still the ring of hair around it.
I say, you know the dwarf? Techeso?
Of course, this is, Master Sal.
Well, Master Sal talk at all? He seems to have not moved in the past hour I've been here.
He's communing right now. And he places the clay jar next to the dwarf, and the dwarf, like, unblinking, just reaches a hand out and takes the clay jar and takes a slow sip, and then puts it back down.
So what's that mean, communing? He's trying to get one with nature or something?
No, he's speaking with the cactus.
Alright. I heard about speaking with other people through their mind. In fact, that's what I'm here for. Mm-hmm. But I didn't know you could actually talk to cactuses. I'm sure they don't have much to say. Right? I kind of shrug and look at Master Sal.
Sal doesn't respond in any way. But Techeso, he says, well, I wouldn't know. Master Sal says I'm not quite ready. But you know, I'm still learning.
Youngling. Soon enough, you'll be ready in the way.
Oh, I hope so.
Took me a long time to get there too, you know. Had to practice some other skills, and I hold up my tar.
Oh, wow, that's really neat. So you like, you also like you like play instruments and stuff, and like, how come I never see you performing around here or anything?
Well, I'm kind of new here, and I spent a few days outside of town, almost getting myself killed, along with a few others.
You're a waste walker?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Kind of new at this. Almost died a couple of times, to be honest.
Wow, that is so cool. What happened? Like, were the elves?
Oh, I don't want to fill your head with stories and stuff. You should train first. Awkwardly, I just kind of stand there and look around.
Yeah, and
maybe I should go.
And people are walking by, and they just kind of are like, oh, jeez. This guy's just staring at a cactus.
Is there a better time for me to come back and talk to Master Sal?
The Techeso says, and then you hear Sal speak, and he says, tomorrow morning.
I look at him. All right. Thanks. I'll come back tomorrow morning, Master Sal, and I don't really know what to do, so I kind of like awkwardly salute and bow at the same time.
He doesn't respond.
All right.
Okay.
So, in the meantime, I'll use the rest of the day to buy myself a bedroll and a tent.
Yeah. And if you guys, I think we can go ahead and call that a session here.